Hey everybody, Cadaver here. I just wanted to let everyone know that there is a flashing lights segment in this video and the timestamp for it is here. I just wanted to let everybody know that way in case it does trigger something in any of you, you can be aware of it and you can skip it. It's no big deal if you skip it. You wouldn't be really missing anything in the story. So just wanted to give you a heads up and enjoy the story.
Hi there. I know this is going to sound very weird, and I swear to you, I'm not making this up, but I am almost certain. No, actually, I'm positive. There's a car driving on the interstate right now, and there's a hand sticking out of the trunk. I can see the person's fingers, and they're moving, so clearly whoever is in there is alive. But you may want to send somebody out here to see what all this is about, because something's not right. Yes, there is a hand sticking out of the trunk.
The old saying that a picture is worth 1,000 words is a statement that has not only stood the test of time, but also given many insight into the power of a photograph. Whether that be capturing a memory of an important accomplishment, forever freezing a moment in time with a loved one, or in the case you are about to hear about, lead to a man's life being saved. I present to you today with a story that few have heard of and little information is available across Google searches and forum posts. So without any more waiting, enjoy the story of the hand in the trunk. The date is May 5th, 1979. On a hot spring day in Inslee, Alabama, two men, a reporter and a photographer, are driving around looking for what they are about to chalk up to a simple rumor or a tasteless prank. The report of a hand sticking out of the trunk of a car that has been claimed to have been seen by several people and subsequently alerted law enforcement, which then in turn was announced over the scanners at the Birmingham newsroom. And not surprisingly, the newsroom was quick to jump at the story. After all, this wasn't something that just happened every day, nor ever really. This more so seemed like something out of a suspenseful horror movie or crime drama, where someone is trapped in a car's trunk and being taken to the location of where they will be silenced. But after spending hours driving all over the city, the two men previously mentioned, reporter Mark Wynn and photographer Jerry Ayers, happened to get behind a beat-up, dirty Dodge Polara, which matched the description given by the public on the vehicle in question. And to both Mark and Jerry's shock, they saw it. 4 fingers sticking out from the trunk, from a person in a desperate attempt to have someone see it and help. Acting quickly, Jerry grabbed his camera and took this photograph. And then another, and another, not only getting the victim's hand in shot, but also a clear view of the license plate of the car. Keeping pursuit, the two men stayed on the car, but not too close as to avoid drawing attention to themselves. Continuing to take pictures and radioing into the newsroom to update their position, their information was relayed to police, and as the pursuit takes them off the interstate into a closed-off neighborhood road, the female driver begins to realize that she is being followed, but it is too late as several police cars swarm the area and stop the vehicle. After getting 3 occupants out of the car and arresting all of them, the police quickly move to the trunk, and once opened, a scared and beaten man emerges after spending 14 hours in the back of the car. That man was Gary Collar, and from him, police learned his story. The 3 occupants in the car that were arrested were identified as 24-year-old Robin Green, who was the driver, 27-year-old Joseph Findley, and his uncle, 49-year-old Wilbur Findley. Gary told police that the previous night that he was in Bessemer at a bar, and that was where he met Robin and Joseph, and that they had attacked him in the parking lot, stole $350 from him, and threw him in the trunk of the car, and that he had been there since. Mind you, that back then, $350 was quite a bit of money, as in today's market it would be the equivalent of over $1,300. Gary stated that Wilbur had not been with the other 2 that night, and that he had no idea who he was when he saw him in handcuffs. Gary went on to detail those torturous 14 hours and that he had made his peace with God, as he really believed he was going to die soon. He didn't even think that he was in the same state anymore. After that much time had passed, he was shocked to learn he was a mere 10 miles from where he was abducted, not even a full 15 minutes away. What occurred after the attack is unknown, but it is assumed that when Gary came to, he realized where he was and he started to try to find a way out, and he didn't know that the car was even moving until he started hearing the other cars near him. What is assumed is that Robin and Joseph kept him there while they slept, and in the morning they were going to find a location to dump his body. I know this sounds stupid on their part, but these are also 2 people who drove around for hours on the interstate during broad daylight looking for a place to dump him. Granted, they had no idea Gary was signaling for help, much less alive, but for you to drive for that long only to make it a mere 10 miles says a lot about your intellect as a criminal. Robin and Joseph were both charged, while Wilbur was released as he had nothing to do with the crime and he was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. Unfortunately, after countless digging, I can't find a single piece of information on the fates of Gary, Joseph, or Robin after this. This case is over 4 decades old, and court records didn't start becoming electronically recorded until the year 2000 in Alabama. I have only seen a handful of websites cover this story, and while most do a good job at covering the events of that day, they never really end with closure. I normally wouldn't even write about a thing like this that didn't have some sort of finality to it, but what did make this stand out to me were the whole circumstances of chance. That Jerry and Mark happened to find Gary in the trunk. I've reached out to several people who both currently work for the Birmingham News and those who have since retired or changed jobs, but I still wasn't able to get any concrete leads on what happened to Robin or Joseph. What can be assumed is that they were both charged with abduction, theft, and attempted murder, and I hope this is some sort of closure to this bizarre story for you. I know that this video is shorter than my previous 2, but I am currently working on a bigger case, and that one is still actually ongoing to this day. And if you enjoyed my art museum video, then you will definitely enjoy the next one coming up in about a little over a week's time. I also wanted to say a big thank you to everyone. As you know, my channel is new, but my first 2 videos, the Marconi murders and the art museum heist, both of those videos have cleared 100 views, and I know in the grand scheme of things, with a lot of YouTube videos, those numbers are extremely small, but to me it means a lot, and I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who has watched them. But as for this video, I thank you very much for watching, and until next time, this is Cadaver, signing off.